there are insiders who are talking about what's going on at Social Security right now. Yesterday, we heard from Martin O'Malley, the former administrator of the Social Security Administration, also the guy who I believe could have won in 2016. He could have beat Trump. That there is a full-on assault on Social Security Administration workers. And understand, particularly in the context of the low information voters who voted for Trump, but just broadly speaking, Americans know very little about how their government works. I would be surprised, or wouldn't be surprised, if a significant percentage of people who are on Medicaid are not aware that the federal government created Medicaid, pays for Medicaid. I don't know what that number is, 10, 20, 30%, 40%. It would be nice if we had an electorate and a population that was aware of its government more than it is and that have more interest. But it's not necessarily the easiest thing to get savvy about this stuff. You could listen to this show, I guess, particularly if you're interested in Social Security. But aside from that, Social Security Administration in recent days has initiated a flurry of actions aimed at decimating its workforce, and that Democrats warn are an effort to sabotage the agency and prepare to privatize its functions. The reason why you inhibit the Social Security Administration is the same reason why they love to complain about the DMV. Now, my experience at the DMV has never been as painful as my experience at the cable company. Never. It's never going to come close.
How about with your health insurance company?
Or the amount of work that I put into my private health insurance. It's literally a second job. And DMV, sometimes you go, it's crowded, depending on which city you're in. But they know what they're doing. You get in there and you get it done. I've waited for like an hour at cable just to return my cable box. But the point is what they want to do is they want to make Social Security dysfunctional. They want to drive a wedge between Social Security and the general population. It's the most beloved of government programs. After a rash of abrupt retirements of senior leaders across the agency last week, the agency on Friday confirmed that it's seeking to shed 7,000 employees, which would bring its workforce down to 50,000 people. Now, that's approximately off the back of the book. If you're talking about let's just call it a 60,000 person or 57,000 person agency, to get rid of 7,000. You're talking about over 10% of the population. Last fall, the agency hit a 50-year staffing low after congressional Republicans refused to agree to append the agency's funding to account for fixed cost increases as part of continuing resolution to keep agencies open. In other words, they're renting buildings. The buildings prices have gone up. Everything's gone up in terms of inflation. I don't know. Their paper clips may have gone up. Their computer software costs may have gone up. Their computers, they may have had to buy new computers, have gone up. 50-year staffing low. 50-year. And now they're going to cut another over 10%? The agency will consolidate its current 10 regional offices down to 4. So they're cutting their regional offices by greater than half. Incidentally, boomers are, we have one of the biggest contingencies probably that we've had in the history of the country on Social Security right now. Musk's Doge operatives have canceled leases for 45 field offices across the country, as well as the Office of Hearings Operations in White Plains, New York. We're watching the direct assault on the agency that provides perhaps the best functioning and the most beloved social insurance program we have in this country. And it's all being done without authorization, without having to take a vote, without Americans having a single say in it. And ding-dongs out there can pretend that Donald Trump had a mandate, whatnot. I dare them. I dare them to have Donald Trump go up and national television say, we are really cutting back on Social Security.
He won't.
No, he won't.
In the same way he wouldn't endorse Project 2025. It's almost like the guy is a sociopathic liar. And it's been proven to us over the past 10 years of his political career. He will lie and say anything in public and do whatever the hell he wants in private. He may try to justify it on the back end. But basically Mike Johnson is telling him our members are concerned about the optics of touching that third rail, cutting Social Security and Medicare, what's the most expedient way for him to do it? King Trump, using the Russ vote. I never remember what it is. Russ vote method of just gutting it from the administrative state side.
There's also a fun story about Russell Vogt trying to shut down the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and then realizing he's been caught and it's illegal and a judge is telling him you can't do this. And now they're pretending that they never tried to shut down the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And what are you talking about? Except for they put it all in writing.
Yeah. It's the same thing with Elon Musk's lawyers arguing he's not leading Doge. Like, are you joking?
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.